West Ham have just beaten Tottenham Hotspur 2-1 in the last minutes of the game. Last minute goal from Callum Wilson coming on as a sub. And we've beaten them away and we've won a game of football for the first time in over 2 months. Just when it looked like the game was destined to be a draw or Spurs potentially going to get a winner, we snatch it. And, mate, it is a good feeling. We've been saying so many times it'd be good to do this show and talk about a win. We're talking about a big win, mate.
Yeah, huge win, mate. And that is exactly why we have to keep Callum Wilson at this football club. Because when you've got someone like that who can come off the bench, you know he can get you a goal, and what a time to score. There's no better time to score than right at the death. You know, VAR tried its hardest to try to find something, but they couldn't find nothing. And yeah, it's a huge win. I mean, look, it's a game of two halves. You know, I thought we were brilliant first half. Thought Tottenham were better second half. I was looking at it, I was thinking, what team wants it more? It looked like at one point it was going to be Spurs that went on to get the winner, but nah, mate. We dug in the last couple of minutes and we got ourselves a winner, and it's a huge, huge 3 points, but it's only a huge 3 points if Forest lose later. If Forest lose, you know, it's back to the 4 point gap, and you think to yourself, all right, it's still 4 points, but you're giving yourself a huge chance.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like, to me, I was really annoyed before that goal because it was 1-1. I didn't think a draw did much for us. I know people can say a point away, but no, I think we needed to win that game. And the annoying thing was, it's like we was playing for the draw. You know, he brings off Pablo, brings on Rodriguez. You know, he's going more defensive. We're doing the same old West Ham thing of sit back, soak up pressure, try and see it out. You know, even at 1-1, we're doing that. We're not trying to get the winner. And it's like, we need to win. And then I really want to see Tatty and Wilson. But eventually brings off Tatty for Wilson, which give Nuno credit. Like the substitution, whatever you think, the right sub at the right time, it worked. Like, and that's all we want. We want to see difference makers, and like you said, it showed why we have to keep Wilson. And I really hope it's woke him up because, listen, I think Pablo, he looks like a decent player that needs a bit of time to adapt, and Tatty, I think, again, decent player, needs to work on his touch. He's not got the experience of Callum Wilson, you know, and I think that's such a reason right there. Like, imagine we didn't have Callum Wilson, we don't win that game. To be able to bring on a player like that, that's going to be a difference maker in keeping us up. If we want to stay up, I think we've got to keep him.
Yeah, I totally agree, mate. I thought, obviously, Pablo's first start today in the Premier League. I don't really know what to make of him, to be honest. I think there's a good player in him. I just think he can see he's off the pace. But I think he grew into the game. He started off a bit shaky, but he grew into the game. Tatty he don't stop running. He works so hard. He creates chances. He should have got himself a goal. You know, that header at the back post, you know, that would have put us 2-0 up. You know, when that happens, you think to yourself, oh, and when you look back at that first half, the amount of chances we created and we had, and obviously Bowen's goal that was offside, you think to yourself, we need to get a second. We need to get a second here. And then when Tottenham equalised, we've been watching it all season. You think to yourself, you know the rest of this story. You know the rest of this script. You know what's going to happen now. Tottenham are going to go on and get a winner. But yeah, no, today they just, especially in that first half, that was one that I can't remember the last time I watched West Ham play like that for a long time. They walked off at half time, and I thought every single player worked their socks off. They were putting in tackles. Bowen today was working back, putting in tackles. Fernandez putting himself about the pitch. Thomas Souček was brilliant today. You know, even Souček's passing, you know, first time passing, one touch, then a pass to put Bowen through and Somerville through. You know, yeah. and look, I said last night, didn't I, that we needed a Somerville to have a Ravel Morrison performance today, and he was brilliant. He died down a bit in the second half, but that was just the lack of us having the ball. First half, he was brilliant. All right, it was a deflection. It was a deflection, but he's opened up, he's took the strike, and that's the luck we needed.
Is there, and that's the thing. Like me and you have always said, like he's finishing, right? It works on that, and this is what I'm saying to Nicky. Like he's not crap. He's not a crap player. He's one of our most important players, one of our best players, in my opinion. He showed it, like you said, especially. I think everyone died down in the second half. I think everyone was off the boil. But the first half, like Somerville, he was all over him. He was causing them problems. They was fouling him. They couldn't handle him. And he gets in, like you said, goes around two players, opens up, takes it on. Yeah, it gets a bit of a deflection, but it was going on target anyway. So he gets the goal. And Fernandez before that, I think he was class. So, and do you know what I think as well? The formation, the actual playing the two up top, Pablo and Tati, playing them two off each other made a difference. I want to see, and it's no disrespect to Pablo, because I think he's an option. I want to see Wilson and Tati up top together, because Tati's got the movement, the work rate, and the finishing of Wilson, mate. I think the two up top is the way to go forward. Now, it's worked for Leeds. I think it will work for us.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, mate. And I've got to give a lot of credit today to that back four. I think they worked their socks off at the back there. To Debo especially, I thought Mavropanos was solid. Great to have him back in the starting lineup. Wan-Bissaka, you see the difference. I mean, Kyle Walker-Peters has done brilliant while Wan-Bissaka's away, but you just see what he brings to that back four. And Ollie Scholes today, once again, decent game. I was pleased with that back four today. I thought they as I said, they worked their socks off. They was putting everything in on the line today, and brilliant from them. And like I said, Fernandez as well, getting all over the pitch, sticking tackles in. We sort of first half we didn't let Tottenham settle. We was breaking up the play, and that's the difference between the first half and the second half. Is in the second half we invited them on, and that's where they dictated the game. They took control of the game, and they had a few chances. You see in the first 5 minutes of the second half, they had a couple of shots from outside the box, and it gave them confidence. But even when you look back in the first half, though, mate, you look back at that double save by Areola. On another day that goes in. We needed a bit of luck, and we got luck today. We got luck in spells, but sometimes you got to earn it, and we earned that win today. There's no one. I think on the balance of play from the first half and second half, I think even Tottenham fans will probably tell you that we probably deserved it.
Yeah, no, listen, 100% on the balance of things. And listen, I said on the watch along, for me right now, Areola's my hammer of the year. He's my hammer of the year. Like, I think he's been class. Yeah, every keeper has the odd mistake in him, of course. But overall, the consistency, the saves he's made, mate. If it weren't for Areola, we'd be fucking long gone by now. By the way, shout out to Gaza for the $5 super chat. It says Irons, and thank you to Woodrow for the $1.99 super chat. It says some reason gets me buzzing for the FA Cup more. It gets you buzzing for everything more. Like a win like that, it's not just anyway. We beat Spurs in the last minute. You know what I mean? With all the math that they was giving, was giving it before the game. Shout out to them, right? And we go and shut them up, and we've made them miserable, and we're happy. We've closed the gap on the relegation. Like I said, it could be a turning point. I think Nuno still needs to. I hope it gives him a little bit more confidence in the team. Still needs to work on his game management. But like you said, overall, I thought the defense was great. To Debo, mate, the way he was sprinting for certain balls that fucking miles away and beating players, and that is another credit I give to Nuno, because he's transformed that, man. He really has. To Debo, mate, I hated him before Nuno. Now I love him.
I like that partnership of Mavropanos and Tadibo, because Tadebo's more the ball playing centre back who wants to play out on the floor and take it out, where Mavropanos just wants to stick his head in and hoof it up the field, which is sometimes that's a good balance. But look, when I look at our team and the troubles we've got, I look at Spurs today and they're in trouble, Spurs, because I can see why their fans are upset,
Terrible.
Because you look at their team, and when you look for what they had 5-6 years ago and the sort of drop off, I mean, I was quite glad when they took Archie Gray off at half time, because I thought he was the only one in their midfield that was actually putting in tackles. And and obviously Conor Gallagher's debut today. It's always it's his debut, but it's probably a good time. Usually when someone has a debut, it either goes back either way, doesn't it? They either have the stormer and score a goal, or they have a poor game because they're not up to scratch with the Premier League yet. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I thought Van der Ven was obviously, you've got to have some pace up front to beat him. I mean, you see his tackle on Somerville. I mean, great recovery tackle. But one thing I've got to say today is I like the way the referee, especially in the first half, was letting the game flow a bit. There was tackles going in, and he was letting them go, and it felt like an old school London derby today. Do you know what I mean? Two teams that are fighting. And yeah, it was a joy to watch. It's probably like, I'm not just saying this because we won, but it was a joy to actually watch a decent game of football for once.
Yeah, 100%, mate. I'm loving the salt from the Spurs fans, by the way.
So he actually does think they're getting relegated, Tottenham. I agree with
you. No. Yeah, you are.
No, go on.
No, I was going to quickly shout out to Mark, £4 super chat. Pinch me, we won a game. I know, mate. But you're right. You said, Ryan, you was going to say we can't get carried away, but we got to enjoy it.
I'm not getting carried away because look, it's a great away win. But if Forest pull off a result today and beat Arsenal, it's for nothing, really, is it? All right, it gives us confidence going forward because, like, obviously winning the FA Cup last week, beating Tottenham away today, But if Forest win, it's still a 7-point gap. So we've got to hope, and this is what I didn't want. I don't want to rely on other teams to get us results, but we've got to hope that Arsenal, get a result today. We can only concentrate on what we do. I know that, but if Arsenal win today, it's a good weekend for us.
Yeah, no, listen, 100%. Like, we've put ourselves in a position where we have to rely on other teams. So all we got to do, win our games. And if we keep doing that, then at some point the other teams are going to slip up. And, so we've just got to take this now as a bit of confidence. Nuno's got to take it now as, that formation. And I said, go with the two up top, go with Tatty and Wilson, and have a bit of positivity about the team. Like, have a bit of just going for it. We need to get more players in, but we're giving ourselves more of a chance. Like that, the club, the mood around the club seems so dire. Look, Paqueta wasn't in the squad today, as it was rumored he might not be. It's looking like some of these rumors are true about Paqueta, and he is trying to get out. And I think him being away, him being out, I think it's better for the team. I think the club are going to move more of a lift, get this bad apple out.
Yeah, I think if Paqueta wants to go, I think it showed today that we can. Life goes on without Paqueta. So, the thing is, all I want to concentrate on today is them players that dug that result out for us, and has give us some sort of fighting chance. And yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day, to go to Tottenham and win, even though Tottenham ain't been great. It was still always going to be a tough place to go. It's one of them games, London derby. I know they call it our cup final, but we've got 17 cup finals left this season. So,
yeah,
or 16 now, whatever it is. So we've given ourselves. I think there's fans out there that were sort of written us off and already relegated us, that would look to that game's day and thought, do you know what? There might be something in that. There might be a bit of hope. There might be a bit of hope in the football club. So, yeah, look, Sunderland at home next week. The players have got a rest now. Hopefully, you never know what we could get someone in the transfer window during the week. But yeah, it's given us something. We're going to enjoy me Saturday night, and I ain't said that for a long while. With West Ham in the Premier League. So yeah,
I know to feel like this after a game, mate. I can't remember what it feels like, and that's what I said. Like on the watch along is, whatever happens, like we could get relegated, we could stay up. Let's just enjoy this. Let's not worry about beyond today. Like, we might not win another game for the rest of the season, right? Whatever. But let's enjoy today, because these nights, these days don't come often enough at the moment for West Ham. So let's just soak it in and enjoy it. Whatever happens, get carried away. Have a good time. Sing West Ham a massive. Like, to beat them like that. It's a great feeling, no matter where you are on the table. So yeah, mate, I love it. And big games coming up, but today we can say the players gave a lot. And you know, we on Friday Night Pint, someone said if there's no yellow cards, it's a disgrace in this game. And there were plenty of yellow cards, there were plenty of tackles, and like you said, and I thought it the same. It felt like a proper derby, a proper West Ham Spurs game, like of years past, before the past couple of seasons. Like they was giving it to us and putting it on us, and we was doing it back, and it was just like, that's what I want to see, a bit of fight, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. Do you remember last night on Friday Night Pint when I said I was doing my work thing and I was going to write 1-1 and something said made me do 2-1?
Yeah,
I'm glad I got that result right. But yeah,
we
I agree, mate. And I know we spoke about Tatty, but there's something about him that I really like. I love his work rate. I love his attitude. You know,
his movement.
But you forget he got booked after about 40 seconds. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, here we go. This is the last thing we need him now, getting sent off and missing 3 games or whatever. But
yeah, I thought that was a red all over. Like he was going to end up. I thought, oh, he's going to get another one. I'm surprised that there was 11-on-11 by the end of that game. By the way,
yeah,
I was.
If any game was going to have a red card this weekend, I was thinking Spurs and West Ham.
Yeah,
definitely. And as you said, a lot of yellow cards. You know, I'll tell you one thing as well that I was quite pleased with today was our corners. Every single corner we took seemed to we seemed to get it in the right areas.
Yeah.
Now, for the winner. And obviously, when you look back in the first half, I think Bowen was taking Somerville as well, taking them.
The thing is, I think we've done our homework on Vicario, because Vicario's a sort of keeper that flaps at corners. And you can see that Skulls was trying to put it on him. Like every corner, he's trying to put it on Vicario to put him under that pressure, because he's so crap on him. And he's done well. He's done well. And look, the finish, it's not going to be in the highlight reel of all-time great goals are up for goal of the season. But the actual set piece itself, the way we was crowding the keeper, the way we put it right on him, and then Wilson, he's in the right place at the right time to sort of bounce it off his knee and into the goal.
Do you know when you know it's your day? And especially after the last few months when we've had VAR go against us, you look at the Nottingham Forest game, when that ball with Gallagher, when he's knocked it over and it's hit Ollie Scholes' hand, you're thinking now, and I can tell you now, if VAR would have said to the ref, go over and look at it, he would have given a penalty.
Yeah, because that's what they do.
He would have given a penalty for that.
Which would have been criminal, if they did.
Yeah. It was never a penalty. It was his arm was in a natural position, like he's running, like he's trying to hold.
One of the commentators said his arm was in an unnatural position. It's like, how is that? He's shielding the defender. That for a defender is normal, to put your hand there and try and shield them from getting.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that goes for you, and then you get a last minute winner, and you think to yourself, it's our day, and. I know we haven't had many wins this season. I mean, the last one was back in November when we beat Burnley at home. It's just, as you said, mate, we're going to enjoy this. And one thing we said, and we all said it a few weeks ago, if we're going to go down, let's go down fighting. And if the players can perform like that till the end of the season and try to get us out of it, then that's all we can ask for.
100%, mate. 100%. Keith Fox, £5 super chat. Thank you very much, Keith. A team is more than one player. Paqueta is never on the level of Payet. Fuck him. Look how Somerville and Fernandez stood up. They stood up brilliantly. Like I said, I think that second half, I don't think you can sit there and say, well, that player played crap. It was basically the team doing what we do when we go 1-0 up. Like we sat back. So I don't think any player just didn't put the effort in. It was just like, oh, here we go again. The normal service resumed. Maz with a $2.99 Aussie dollars. Have that, Kudus. I only wanted Spurs. He only wanted Spurs, and I'm not saying that like he should have stayed at West Ham, but mate, what a foolish move, because they are rubbish, mate. And I think Frank stays. I don't think he's getting sacked tonight.
I don't know. I don't think that board want the pressure there. I think they had protests there today, and they've just lost at home to a team that are one of the worst in the Premier League this season. I think they've only won 4 games in. I can't remember 4 games at home in for how long now, but yeah, it's not great. But look, I care about West Ham, not Spurs. I worry about my club, not theirs. If they sack Thomas Frank, that's down to them. All we've got to do is, worry about us.
I
And
mean, mate, I want him to stay because, like, imagine we
you
finish
look
above him. I want him to go down.
the thing is, mate, you look at their games. I think the commentator said it. I think they've got like Man United, Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle coming up in their next 5 games. I can't remember who they've got next weekend. I think it might be Burnley, I think they said. But yeah, like you never know. You never know, mate. If they don't pick up points, they could soon find themselves dragged right down into it.
If we stayed up at their expense, mate, this would be an amazing season. Listen, I would take all the shit if we stay up and Spurs go down, right? And we finish that one place above them last day in the season. Oh my God.
Mate, if we went down, if they went down and we stayed up above them, I'd take the next 10 seasons of relegation battles over that.
That would be mwah.
I don't think they'll go down. I don't think they'll go down. They'll find, as I said last night. With the thing is with Tottenham, they're not great at home, but they always get results away, and they'll find their way. They'll put a little run together soon, and they won't be nowhere near it. But let's just hope that we can drag ourselves out of it now. If Arsenal win tonight, it's a 4-point gap again. We play 12:30 next Saturday, so we early kick off. We beat Sunderland. There's only a point in it. Pressure's on Forest then.
Yeah, that's all you got to do is you got to start having them looking over their shoulder. Because they've got Brentford away next. They've got Europa League on Thursday and then Brentford away on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that if we can win, there's a good chance. Like you said, we're going with 1 point, and then all of a sudden, mate, you start to believe again. So it's massive. So it's all on the board. It's all on Nuno this January, and it's on the players to do the thing on the pitch, right? So everyone this month has to do their job and do what they need to do, right? Get some more players in, fucking play the right system, and the players give everything, mate, and we've got a chance. That's all we want.
It's just nice to be on here talking about a win, smiling. I thought we missed the boat last week because obviously we didn't do anything for the QPR game because obviously we couldn't all get together or something. So yeah, to talk about a win, coming away at Spurs, 3 points. Yeah, I'm happy. I think everyone's happy tonight. Every West Ham fan's going to have a smile on their face tonight, and we deserve it. We've put up with a lot of shit this season. We need it, and I'm glad for Callum Wilson. I'm glad for everyone connected with West Ham. To be honest.
And now we can all give it to our Spurs mates, right? You see some Spurs mates, some Spurs colleagues, mate. You can walk in once, red held eye, and go, yes, because we've beaten them. We've put some misery on them, and they've given us 3 points closer to safety when they want us to go down. So, I get what people are saying. They're still with you on Nuno. The Guido Rodriguez one was surprising. Guido over Potts. I didn't get that. Like, there's still elements of doubt with him, but like I said, like you give criticism, you give credit. He set us up right, I thought, and the Callum Wilson sub worked.
It's a manager's dream, innit, when you bring on a sub and they score the winner. But you see I don't know if you noticed it when they was over celebrating with the fans and Nuno come over and sort of like acknowledged Wilson. There was a little bit, it looked a bit sort of like heated, like Wilson didn't really look at him. So I can understand because it's frustrating for Wilson. You know, he knows that if he plays week in, week out, he'll score goals. And that's what we need. Goals are going to keep us up. So, hopefully that gets sorted and we can keep him until the end of the season. You know, I know he's had links with Celtic and teams in Saudi. It'd be disappointing to lose him, but
we've got him. What's the point in term? I know he wants us to terminate his contract, but what's the point in terminating his contract? There's no benefit to West Ham. No. Just keep him and let him keep us up. If he scores another 5, say it's just 5 goals between now and the end of the season, that's 5 goals towards keeping us up. 5 extra goals we probably wouldn't have had. Whatever it is, 6 goals.
Yeah, you think next week, you know, we're playing Sunderland. He's ex-Newcastle, you know, he's going to be up for that. He just wants to score goals, Callum Wilson. He's a goal scorer. And
he wants that record. He's going for that 100 Premier League goals. He's not going to get it if he leaves the Prem. So if you play him, he's hungry. He's probably one of the hungriest players we have right now. Because it's not just trying to, and players, play for the badge, play for the badge. He's got something to play for himself that he wants. So play him and he will fight to get that. That's what we need.
And you don't want the risk of him going to a rival. You know what
No,
I mean?
what if he does go Forest or Leeds?
Yeah, if I was Nuno, I'd be bringing him in on Monday and I'd be saying, look, you're part of my plans. Look what happened at the weekend. Stay with us to the end of the season. Help us fight. I think the fans have obviously taken to Callum Wilson. You heard him singing his name at the end of the game. So, yeah, let's do whatever we can to keep him. I think having him, Tatty, Pedro, I think Pedro will get up to play. You can, as I said earlier, you can see there's a decent player in him. He just looks really off the pace at the moment, but that's expected because he's just come from, he's just come into the Premier League. It's going to be hard to get up to level straight away.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Shout out to Jamie, £2 super chat, says play like that, level with Leeds by the end of Feb. Let's see. Man of the match, I think I'll say it's between Somerville and Areola. I'm going to go with Somerville for my man of the match. What about you, Roy?
Do you know what? I think it's between Somerville for me and Fernandez. I thought Fernandez had a really good game today, breaking up play. But just for his goal and his first half performance and his running all game, I'll give it to Somerville.
Yeah. 100%. But it's good when you have multiple players to pick from. Like, that's always something good. Like, it's not just like, well, he's the man of the match. But yeah, it's good. I still would like to see more from Bowen. To be honest with you, I would like to still see more.
I think Bowen, mate, was brilliant first half, and then second half he just sort of lost his way a bit. But I think everyone did really in the second half, especially for the first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, he put the ball in the back of the net, didn't he? But it was offside.
I said there, Pablo, not Pedro. I don't know why I keep calling him Pedro. I've been calling him Pablo all the time, and then my brain just, I don't know. He could be Pedro, he could be Pablo, he could be Paul, he could be Polly for all I care, as long as he plays well.
But yeah. But honestly, let's hope we get some more like that, mate, and that starts a little bit of a turnaround. Brilliant. So nice one, mate. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to touch on.
No, we'll obviously go more into it tomorrow on post-match pint. Obviously, we'll have Nicky and hopefully Scott here as well. So there's 4 different views on the game. I'm sure we're going to Nicky's obviously going to have a different way. He was at the game, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it, mate. It'll be a happy post-match pint for a change.
Yeah, 100%. I think we can get more from 30 million than Paqueta for Paqueta. I'll just quickly answer that. I think we can get more than 30, but I do want him gone. But yeah, enjoy it, Hammers. Enjoy tonight. Have just like I said, forget about the relegation battle for one night. We won a game, last minute, smashed them. They're shit, and we won. So brilliant. Nice one, mate. So listen, check out the OK jerseys. 15 quid, 10% off, code Nicky. We'll be back. There'll be fan cams coming out. Yep, there it is. Nicky 10. And we'll be back for a post-match pint tomorrow online, so probably live. So thank you all so much for watching. Hit the likes and subscribes. And one thing left to say. Come on, you are.